The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys faced off in a thrilling Week 16 matchup. The Bucs, led by veteran quarterback Baker Mayfield, were looking to clinch the NFC South division title. A win would secure their playoff spot. The Cowboys, already eliminated from playoff contention, were determined to play spoiler. They were ready to upset the Bucs' playoff hopes. The atmosphere at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas was electric. Fans were ready for an intense battle. The Cowboys entered the game with a disappointing 6-8 record. They had struggled at home, with only one win at AT&T Stadium all season. The Buccaneers, on the other hand, came into the game with an 8-6 record. They were riding a 4-game winning streak. Confidence was high in the Bucs locker room. Could they overcome the Cowboys' home field advantage? The Buccaneers' offense, ranked among the league's best, was expected to exploit the Cowboys' struggling defense. Tampa Bay boasted a potent rushing attack led by Leonard Fournette and Rachaad White. They also had a dangerous passing game with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. However, the Cowboys' defense had shown flashes of brilliance. Micah Parsons, a defensive star, was ready to wreak havoc on the Buccaneers' offense. Both teams had something to prove. The Buccaneers were playing for a playoff berth. The Cowboys were playing for pride. This NFC showdown promised to be a game to remember. The Cowboys came out firing on all cylinders. Brandon Aubrey, the Cowboys kicker, nailed a 58-yard field goal to open the scoring. The Cowboys offense, led by quarterback Cooper Rush, marched down the field with precision. Rush connected with Jalen Tolbert for a touchdown, extending the Cowboys' lead. The Buccaneers offense sputtered early, struggling to find their rhythm. The Buccaneers finally got on the board with a rushing touchdown by Leonard Fournette. However, the Cowboys answered right back with a field goal from the reliable Brandon Aubrey. The Cowboys' offense continued to roll. Ezekiel Elliott punched it in for another touchdown. The Buccaneers refused to give up. Baker Mayfield found Chris Godwin for a touchdown, cutting into the Cowboys' lead. Just when the Buccaneers seemed to be gaining momentum, Brandon Aubrey nailed his third field goal of the half. Aubrey's impressive kicking performance set a new NFL record for most 50-plus yard field goals in a single season. The Cowboys went into halftime with a commanding 23-14 lead. The Cowboys' defense deserves credit for stifling the Buccaneers' high-powered offense. Micah Parsons, a one-man wrecking crew, was a constant presence in the Buccaneers' backfield. He disrupted their plays and forced turnovers. The Buccaneers looked out of sync and frustrated. The Cowboys, playing with nothing to lose, were the more aggressive and determined team. They were outplaying the Buccaneers in every facet of the game. The Buccaneers had a lot of work to do in the second half to salvage their playoff hopes. The Cowboys continued to pour it on in the third quarter with another Brandon Aubrey field goal. The Buccaneers' offense remained stagnant, unable to find the end zone. As the game clock ticked down, the Buccaneers' playoff hopes were fading fast. The Cowboys were on the verge of pulling off a major upset. The Buccaneers, despite their best efforts, couldn't overcome the Cowboys' relentless defense and timely offense. The Cowboys' defense completely shut down the Buccaneers' running game. Baker Mayfield, under constant pressure, struggled to find his receivers. The Buccaneers' playoff dreams were slipping away. With the loss, the Buccaneers' playoff hopes are hanging by a thread. They will need to win their remaining games and hope for some help from other teams in the NFC South. The Buccaneers' loss throws the NFC South wide open. The Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints are still in the hunt for the division title. The Cowboys, despite being out of playoff contention, proved that they are not a team to be taken lightly. They played with pride and determination, upsetting one of the NFC's top teams. Their victory could have major implications on the playoff race. The Buccaneers will need to regroup quickly and learn from their mistakes. They face a must-win situation in their final game of the regular season. The Buccaneers' playoff fate is no longer in their own hands. They will need some luck to make it to the postseason. The Cowboys, despite their disappointing season, can take pride in their performance against the Buccaneers. They showed that they have the talent and potential to compete with the best teams in the league. The Cowboys will look to build on this victory and finish the season strong. The NFC playoff picture is more muddled than ever. Several teams are vying for the final playoff spots. The final week of the regular season promises to be full of drama and excitement. The Buccaneers versus Cowboys game was just a taste of what's to come in the NFL playoffs.